Hey everybody, good afternoon. Kind of getting an early start on the afternoon drive. Normally I don't start until around 3:30, but I'm actually on my way. I've got one of my VA appointments, so I want to make sure I keep my appointment. They're going to kind of tell me how my blood draw went and everything, so I appreciate you guys coming in and hanging out with me this morning. I have to tell you, I was really very surprised. Just between the drive from home to work, I got 2 new followers, and I want to say thank you guys for that, because if you guys know I'm a new streamer and I'm trying to build that following on Twitch, because Twitch requires you to have so many people following you, and I'm just really thankful that you guys have jumped on board. And if you're on Twitch, or even if you're on Mixer or any of the other platforms, the streaming platforms, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and follow me if you can. I definitely appreciate it. It helps me helps me get to that helps me get to that number that I need to have. I'm only about 5 people shy from what I need on Twitch, and I appreciate every bit of your help to get me there. Now, if you haven't noticed, the stream came on, and I'm gonna go once I get home after my appointment, and I'll make sure my stream went out to all the different platforms the way it's supposed to. But it's official, guys. I've actually changed the name of the channel. After your comments, after your suggestions, and after, saying that it sounded too much like a political channel, even though we talk about Donald Trump all the time, even though we talk about politics, and we talk about everything, but I really didn't want it to come off as being just a channel about politics. And somebody last night said he thought the channel was like a conservative politics channel because it had the Eagle and POV America, and I had been struggling with it for weeks about what to change it to. So finally I just changed it to Brian's Brain. That's kind of what it's all. My channel's just that. It's my channel for you guys to enjoy with me, and it's all about what's up here and whatever we want to talk about. So I just kind of threw something different out there, so it's not very specific. I've worked on a theme song. I'm going to take down the old theme song that the guy wrote for me. He did a really great job. I'll see, maybe he'll do a second one with the new. I'm going to write some words, write some lyrics for the new theme song on there. We'll get it on. But it's official now. It's Brian's Brain, and it's just going to be a fun, very free-flowing stream. Just like it was last night. We went for over 2.5 hours last night. We went for the night before, I think we went for 3 or 3.5 or whatever it was. We really, I want to build a channel to where we have a stream that is just fun, relaxing, with just a lot of good friends, new friends, old friends, just people that get together and we'll talk about whatever. Business, technology, innovation, I don't care, inspiration, motivation, late night constipation. It doesn't matter what we talk about. We'll talk about it all. Just have fun with the channel and fun with the stream. So I appreciate you once again for hanging in with me. And if you're joining me on the afternoon drive, what my day's been like. And today was actually a great day. We didn't have class. All my students were, they were actually out busy doing other things today, so it was great. It was a teacher work day is what we call it. It's a teacher work day. We get all our end of the month paperwork done. We get all the grades completed, all of our attendance rosters in. So it was actually a great relaxing day. And also, you guys know that once I go through this VA appointment with this doctor, I'm going to find out, make sure everything's going okay, because I started that my January 1st, when I stepped on that scale, and I was 305 pounds in January 1st, and I went ahead and I said, that's it, I'm changing my lifestyle, and I stopped doing all the sugars and all of those empty carbs, the potato chips and the junk that I was eating, and I went down to 274, and then I've been kind of going up and down. This last week, I've fallen off the wagon, so to speak. We have one of the people I work with, one of the Amy's one of the other teachers that I work with, and she has I would say a gift from God. She makes these brownies, guys, and I am not exaggerating. It's like they're like crack cocaine brownies. They are so unbelievable. I mean, I've eaten brownies my whole life. I've had them everywhere, and I bought them in the stores. I have had brownies everywhere. I've made brownies. Nothing compares to these brownies that she makes. They're absolutely if I literally could get her to make them, I would find a company that would buy and actually sell these things. They are so today. One of our officers that I work with, Stebbins, he actually cooked a lot of the pulled pork, baked potatoes, and stuff for lunch. So, yeah, I fell off that bandwagon for about a week now, and I've went from the 274 to, I think I'm now back to 281, you know, but I'm still down from where I was, but not, you know, it was great because I lost over 30 pounds quick, but I put a few of them on over this last week because I cheated, so I'm going to go back on it. My goal is to get down to the 250. Now, once I hit the 250, I'll take a deep breath, take a break for a few days, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take it down to 190, and then I'll probably just stay there at 190 for the rest. That'll be a really comfortable place for me to be. Right now, I feel better. I feel so much better than I used to. Just dropping the 20 pounds or whatever it's made all the difference in the world. It's like 2 10-pound bowling balls I got to get rid of. So I just have more to go. I want to make sure that I'm a lot more healthy than I have been, and I've been kind of abusing my body lately, to say the least. But I always looked at it this way. I don't drink alcohol. I don't drink beer. Well, every now and then I'll have a beer if it's a good football game or something. But mostly I don't drink, and I don't do drugs or anything. So I indulge in the food, and that's probably worse than the alcohol or the drugs. So I'm going to kind of get that under control and get back to where and then in the summer when it actually gets warmer, I'll be out on the beach, I think, a lot more. I'll start walking up and down the beach. I've got some great, I've got a great front row seat there, and I've had it for the last 3 years just living there, and it's, I used to go to the beach all the time. I'd walk out to the front, grab a chair, sit out on the sand, watch the waves come in, and it was really relaxing. But then I realized it also is kind of boring after a while. You do it for a little while. You're like, okay, yeah, it's the beach, and it's the same beach that was here yesterday and the day before. So you start taking it for granted. You're like, and it's beautiful, turquoise water. I mean, don't give me a matter of fact. I think they were saying Panama City Beach has been rated by like one of these national travel magazines as the third most beautiful beach in the U.S. And I agree. Beautiful green, turquoise water, and yeah, it is. It's absolutely beautiful, and it's in the summers it's nice here, but this is the winter time here, and I don't know if you can actually see how kind of gray and overcast it is. It's yeah, it's definitely not what I was hoping. I have a poor connection, it says. Oh, I hope this isn't. Guys, I don't know how good or bad this connection is. Whenever I see it say poor connection, I kind of want to stop and not say anything until the connection goes back to normal, because I'm afraid it's going to be choppy. But I don't really know until I've never went home and actually viewed one of my drive streams, because I really 30 minutes I watch and relive what I've just said. But all right, let me get over here. All right, it says I'm back to a normal connection. I was just saying I don't like to, when it says poor connection, I kind of like to just stop talking because I don't know if it's choppy or not. But I'm going to go home and I'll rewatch this just to find out if that poor connection is as bad as I think it is, or maybe there's just a buffer and it doesn't. Here, hold on. Remember, we were talking about this morning, if you were on the morning drive, we were talking a little bit about the hurricane that went through. Do me a favor, I'm gonna, as I drive by here, look out my window here, and you'll see when I talk to you about a lot of the stuff that was going on here, you'll see all these trees that are down here, and you'll see a lot of the businesses that are devastated too. But like right out the window now, you'll see all these trees that are snapped like twigs. I mean, these are huge trees that are just snapped like they're nothing. And that's kind of what this hurricane did when it ripped through here. When it came through, and you know, the houses that we were in, as I told you, my neighbor's house. Look at this building here. I don't know if you can see it. You probably can't see it going by, but you'll see the signs as I go here, right over here on my left. You'll see some of the buildings that were hit by it. But these hurricanes, yeah, you can see those, and there's signage and everything. But these hurricanes, as they come through, they spawn these tornadoes. And where I work was hit with like 5 tornadoes, and it just blew out skylights, ripped air conditioners off the roof, caused millions of dollars of damage. We just got all the repairs done, but you'll see that it's still, even though, now the beach, and that's kind of what was really amazing about this whole thing. As you look around, like you can't see on that side of the road, but there's a Burger King, and there's all these businesses that are, it's just, the city, Panama City, got hit so bad. I mean, devastated. Mexico Beach isn't even there anymore. Mexico Beach is gone. There's like one house left, I think. But those of us that lived on the water, many of us actually fared better than the people that were in the city. We didn't get hit with all these tornadoes and everything. When it was coming off, yeah, we got the water. I mean, we lost everything. I lost everything. I was flooded out, and you know, but the physical structure that I live in didn't sustain as heavy damage as a lot of these places, because these tornadoes, they ripped around, just pulled up buildings, pulled up, you know, houses and cars and everything. It just did an amazing. I'm from Detroit. I'm from Michigan originally. I'm born and raised in Michigan, so I've seen tornadoes, but never any. I mean, when we were coming, right after the tornado was over, I had to go buy a generator and get some things, because we had no water, no electricity, no internet. I can live without the water. I can live without the electricity, but you can't have internet without the electricity, and no cellular. Our Verizon was down forever, like weeks after weeks, so we had AT&T. We had to go out and get an AT&T fill-in. But I will tell you, without a doubt, I had never seen the disaster and the destruction and the carnage that was left behind by anything like this Hurricane Michael. Now, when we went in, you know, we kind of made our way from the beach, went into town and everything, and all the phone lines were down. Every single road had debris and poles, and you actually have to go around, and it's like you got to drive like a snake. You're in every lane on the roads, trying to get around huge electrical poles, fallen wires, and we, you know, got some great video, because it, as I said, it looked like an atomic bomb had went off, and like you were driving through, I don't know, like Beirut or some third world country that had just been devastated by something. It was really, yeah, it was something. Anyway, so going back to what I was saying is, when we finally got everything back up and going, and I started looking at doing the stream and doing the stream that I'm doing, I've had a lot of you guys ask me about, that's kind of what I was talking about. You've asked me about, it looks really slummy, you know, and I was like, no, it's not slummy, or, you know, the city's beautiful when the repairs are done. Now, the beach probably isn't going to be impacted, because it's a tourist destination, so it's where everybody comes on spring break, and all the partiers are there, and it's going to be fine for them because it was repaired and fixed quicker than any of the other places up and down in the city. The beach is all back to normal, and it's all the party places are there for the younger crowd when they come to go to the clubs and everything. They're all there. Everything's kind of back to normal on the beach side, but here in town, they're still trying to fight to get everything back the way they were. But yeah, it's definitely interesting to actually live through something like that. But I will continue. Yeah, I don't know if you can even see this one next to me. The whole second story of this building is gone. It was a 2-story building. Now it's 1 story. But anyway, tonight, now you guys know I do. If you've been watching since January, I started in January. You know, I still do the stream at night. I'll do the 7 o'clock stream Central Time. So wherever you are, I appreciate you watching. I know I had it was Miko from England. I know it was like 3 in the morning, 3 a.m. where you were, and you hung with me for a good hour and a half the other night. I appreciate that. It's very, it's kind of humbling to know that people all around the world tune in and watch at all different hours. So like right now, for me, it's afternoon. It might either be late night where you are or early morning. I don't know. But I will say that I appreciate anybody that tunes in, and when you're watching, I definitely appreciate it. But come on by tonight at 7 if you can make it. Tune in and jump in chat, and feel free to talk about whatever. We'll have some more fun. Last night we did movies and just a whole bunch of other interesting stuff we talked about. I had a lot of fun, and hopefully we'll do it tonight. And now it's kind of funny too. I noticed on the stream, I try not to look at how many people are viewing, because it kind of freaks me out sometimes, because you might look and I might see 40 or 50 people watching or viewing, but nobody chats. Nobody jumps in the chat and says anything. And you start getting kind of self-conscious. You're like, well, what somebody should just say hi, but I don't want to acknowledge it. I don't want to say anything. But, I look and I kind of see all the people that are viewing. So I've tried to minimize that now. I've tried to, so I don't even look at it, because I just assume that I'm the only one there, and I don't want to know how many people are watching, because I don't want to say it feels creepy, but it's just weird. You got people watching you that don't even say hi. They just dropping by to watch a while. Something like that. That's cool. But just to have them, they're kind of like lurkers. I don't know. It's just weird. But when you do come on and you jump into chat and talk, it's a lot more fun. Taylor was great. I checked out his channel. If you were on last night, you saw one of the guys. Taylor's got his channel on Facebook Live, Tasting with Taylor, I think it is. And I looked at his channel. Really great. If you get a chance, go to Facebook Live or go to Facebook and just check out his stream that he does. He does a lot of the food tasting for all the different restaurants. Really kind of humorous. Puts a lot of comedy, a lot of comments in there that are funny. So yeah, definitely check it out. So that was pretty much it, guys. Today went quick, as I was saying. It went a lot faster than I thought. There's a lot of people talking. Oh God, a lot of people talking about Cohen, Trump's attorney, and I just kind of try to zone that out. They don't. I don't know. They don't get it. I mean, if you lie about, they even asked him during his testimony, will you under oath right now relinquish, basically say that you're not looking to do book deals, and you're not looking to make money off of movies and that, and you won't profit from all this that you're doing. And he says no. In other words, he's going to profit from it. And they says, well, how about this? Would you say that if you make any money off of these things, you'll donate it to charity? He was like, no. So everything he's doing is to make money. I mean, it's real. So he'll say whatever they want him to say. He's going from, instead of having 70 years in prison, he's going to have 3 years in prison. All the crimes he committed were 70 years in total. He could have been in prison for 70 years. but they're going to give him 3 because he's doing and saying whatever they want him to do and say. And I kind of feel for, the country because they got to be exposed to that. And one of the things that the sad part is, I do believe a lot of what he said is true. I do believe it. I believe that Trump is, to a great deal, exactly how he described. I know how it is to be an executive and to have bosses that expect you to understand their wishes without them having to vocalize it and tell you. So I do understand that a lot of that is probably true, but I don't know what part to believe. And if I can't be sure what to believe, I can't really believe anything. But I will say that, even Cohen said, he said, which to the detriment or to the chagrin of the Democrats standing behind, that asked him the question, he answered. He says, "Well, I thought Trump would be a good president and do great things, and he has done great things." So even Cohen acknowledges that Trump has done great things. So I kind of found that funny, that he said that. But I will definitely tell you that watching that really just made me realize that we have become so petty in this country. And people don't understand it from my standpoint. I just simply watch these things and I go, I just don't care. It's not, if he slept with a prostitute or whatever she was, I don't know if she was a whore or she was what was she? She was a porn star. What's the difference? So he sleeps with a porn star. That doesn't affect me or my family or my country. That's between him and his wife to deal with. But it's not going to make me say that he'll do a bad job as my president running my country because he's, was it right? No, of course not. He should have been loyal to his wife. But he wasn't. And it's none of my business how he runs his personal life. There's a lot of things that they point at that I just don't care about. And I think that's kind of one of the problems with that whole Cohen trial was they're trying to nitpick on things. And I just, what they should have asked him, what they really should have asked Cohen, they should have followed a line of questioning like this. Because once they get him saying yes, get him to say yes because that's the truth. You want to get him admitting the things that he's already admitted. So you ask him, hey, did you, in fact, lie to protect Trump? And, of course, he'd say yes. Did you lie to protect Trump's empire and his, businesses? Yes. Did you lie to protect Trump's family? Yes. Did you lie to enrich yourself and make money? Did you lie to the IRS about your medallions? Did you lie about this? Yes. Did you? Okay, and you lied. Did you? Now, once they've got him admitting to all these things, and say, so then ask him, just say, okay, Mr. Cohen, since you've already admitted to lying about all these other things, let me ask you this. If it was going to benefit your family, your wife, and your children, would you, sir, get up here and lie to protect them from getting hurt financially or any other way? Would you lie if it meant that it would be protecting your family? If he says no, you right away know he's lying. So, either way, they've got him. So, sir, would you lie to protect your daughter? Would you lie to protect your wife from getting injured or financially devastated or having you be away from your family for 70 years? Would you lie on the stand today to keep yourself out of jail for 70 years? Would you do that? Yes, he would. So I think that's kind of what they should have pursued. Anyway, I don't want to get into politics because one of those things that we bring up on the channel and people go crazy and, they all lose their mind, and I don't want to do that today. But anyway, I do appreciate you guys. I'm actually going to come up to my turn off to go to my VA in just a second. So I'll be clicking off anyway. But I'm going to do a shameless plug because I'm not above groveling, and I only have a few more people. I think I need 5 more followers to where I hit that plateau on Twitch. I have great followers on Mixer, great followers on Stream Me and Periscope and Smashcast and YouTube, but I really want to make sure that if you can get over to Twitch and follow me on Twitch so I can hit that plateau. As I said this morning, I gained another 2 or 3 followers, and I really appreciate you. I really it helps me out a lot. Being a new streamer, I'm trying to put together this that it makes, just so I like, it's kind of cathartic. I like to have a little bit of relaxation, and it's kind of medicinal to be able to get out and just kind of reach people and have some great conversations with friends. And I appreciate every one of you for tuning in on my afternoon drive. For those of you that are new, I do a morning stream every morning, 6:15. I do a afternoon drive at 3:30 usually, and I do our evening at 7 o'clock. I'll go on and do a live stream there. And I do have some tweaking to do on my channels, the different platforms, the different streaming platforms. I do have to change some of my graphics and the logos. So I'm working on that tonight when I get done with this appointment before our stream at 7. I'll work on those things to get those, fixed, and I will try and get everything done before the stream. So it'll put us. But this is going to be the new look, the new feel, the new format. And I appreciate you for hanging in with me. And it's kind of the nice thing about a stream is it's a living, breathing thing that changes to the other. And I'll work on that. Follow me if you can. Subscribe if you can. I'll keep doing what I can to make the stream better. Tonight ought to be great. So if you can jump on, it's 7 o'clock Central Time. So I don't know where you're at. If you're Eastern Time, it'll be 8 o'clock your time. If you're Eastern, if you're Central, it'll be 7. And Pacific, I think it'll be 6 or 5, something like that. And then there's other places in the world, I have no clue what time it'll be, but it'll still be a good time to get on and join me. What else do I have? Oh, let me see. There's some other things I wanted to touch base on. I can't remember what the hell they were now. It was Facebook. Yeah, I apologize to you guys that were on Facebook. Since January, I've been saying that I'm streaming to Facebook and that, and I found out a couple nights ago I wasn't on Facebook at all. I thought I was doing Facebook Live and I was updating my channel, but because I don't use Facebook that often, I don't scroll and actually check to see if these have been uploaded. I found out none of them were, so I've tried to change that. Hopefully these will start hitting my stream, and you'll start getting the updates and everything. And share, if you're on Facebook, do me a favor, share my stream. Share it on your Facebook and let other people know, and tell them that I'm juvenile, I'm childish, I'm immature, and kind of crazy, but I'm still a good guy. So go ahead and share it if you can on Facebook, and it'll maybe help me get some more followers on my stream. And I appreciate you. I can't say that enough, because without followers and people participating in the chat every night, and you don't have, it's not fun if you don't have the people there to really engage with you. It stops being fun. But as long as there's crazy people in the world today, I kind of have a whole bunch of material, because I'll tell you, I firmly believe that people in this country are just losing it. They're going insane, and I get like a back seat to watch it all. So anyway, guys, I want you to have a great afternoon. This is where am I at? Yeah, I'm right about here. Have a great afternoon, and I will catch you this evening at 7 o'clock. Follow and subscribe, and I'll see you tonight, and we'll pick up where we left off, and we'll come up with some more great topics. And I hope to see my family and friends just tuning in and We'll have a good time and do what we do. And then we'll do it again tomorrow. So have a great night, guys. And we'll see you 7 o'clock.